She was doing dark magic, and she was actually channeling Ed Gein, and she wanted to kill me. I still firmly believe light beats dark always, always, because you bring a candle into a dark room, you've brought in the light, even though you see those extra scary shadows now with the light. But anyway, did it again. But she was a lovely woman. I respect her craft, but she's dead now. I don't think she was older than me.
Welcome to Splintered Spirits. I'm your host, Gary, and along with my nephew, John Santa from Santa Paranormal, we try to find answers to the question, what are spirits? On this episode, I head into the heart of Hollywood magic, with a K at the end, to the home of psychic medium and the good witch of Hollywood, Patti Negri. Patti shares how as a little girl holding her first seance in Southern California, she grew into one of TV's most recognizable witches and spiritual teachers. Patti gives me a crash course in divination, how she actually uses tools, rituals, and intention to read signs and communicate with spirit. She even shares a few of the everyday spells she relies on for protection, manifestation, and balance. We also pull back the curtain on the business, how she walks the line between entertainer, entrepreneur, and intuitive, what stays sacred when the cameras roll, and how she keeps her work authentic in an industry built on spectacle. Let's dive into the conversation. Patti, thank you so much. I'm so excited to do this with you. It's like such an honor that you would even, first of all, I like to, as I told you, right? I try to, everything we do on Splintered Spirits is over Zoom or video conference. And it's like, oh my God, we're both in the same city. Wouldn't it be great to get out of the office and get out of the, behind the camera? And the fact that you let me come to your house, it's like, I wouldn't let anybody in my house. This is so sweet of her. It's unbelievable.
You are so welcome, by the way. And no, I like it too, because with my podcast, like you, it usually has to be on video because we're not in the same place. But if just this week, I taped somebody right next to me, right here, going, yay, we can.
It's so great. It's
live
so fun.
and nationwide. Yeah.
I love it. Patti, you've been doing this for so long, and you're such an expert. I'm just curious. First of all, when was the moment that you went from sort of seeing spirit and talking to spirit to sort of breaking into the mainstream?
I've been seeing spirits and talking to spirits since I was a kid.
Right.
I did my first seance at 7 or 8, which is one of the things I'm known for. I've been picking herbs and knowing what to do them since even before that. But I kept it really private. I had this very magical lifestyle, belief system, but all my regular day job, so to speak, I was in Hollywood. I went from an actress, like, they can't know. Then I started producing when I got too old for Hollywood. They're like, oh, I'll just produce my own damn shows. And I had a production company, but it was really corporate. And I'm like going, oh, these people can't know. Number one, I talk to dead people. And number two, I dance around bonfires in a cloak. We'll just keep that private, because I had.
Right, because you had a live, like sort of a live performance business, right?
Is
that correct?
Yeah, Rainbow Entertainment, a live performance business. Which again, though we did big song and dance extravaganzas and shows, but they were often booked by the HR department at Microsoft and so and teach ethics to oilmen. I'm like, they can't.
Good luck.
But in 2008, when that big corporate crash came, and again, very much like the MC said, but corporate entertainment became a dirty word. People were laying off people. They go, we can't have this big extravagant show. We're going to give them a $25 check to Trader Joe's or something. So it went crashing and burning. Right. At the very same time, reality television, again, I'd always been both sides of it. And from a sketch and improv background, reality television was going like this. Somebody called me who had been to one of my seances and knew my ability with seances and said, Patti, we need to do a seance on this reality show.
But was Ghost Hunters already on the air at that point?
No. My show, Ghost Adventures, was, it had not quite started yet, but really close. Maybe it's about the same time. It really may have been about the same time. But this was a show. I'm like, please do a seance. I'm like, no, please, no. And I'm looking at my empty calendar going, oh gosh. Well, I'm like, well, what's the name of the show? And literally, with a very straight face, she goes, it's called Mobile Home Disaster, and it's on country music television. I'm like,
that's great.
who would watch that? I don't know anybody who would watch that. I don't think any of my corporate clients, my friends, maybe I could do it just this once. Okay, I'll do it reluctantly. I went, and Gary, it was like the most fulfilling day I'd had since I could remember. I got to help this human little girl that everybody thought was crazy because she was drawing portals on the ceiling of her motorhome. I'm like, no, there are portals on the ceiling of her motorhome. I got to help a spirit kind of cross over who was kind of stuck, go to the light, go to the light. And almost best of all, I got to slightly open the minds of the Southern Bible Belt cast and crew that this isn't dark and this isn't evil and this isn't satanic. And I'm like, wow, this is, and I know, great on camera, knew it. And I'm like, but never again. I did, but never again. No one's going to watch this. It was fun. It aired a couple months later, as they do. And I was like, that was good, but never again. Oh, Gary, my very first phone call that next morning was from my biggest corporate client. I was at bank and we did shows nationwide. Hi, Patti. Hi. I saw you on television last night. Oh, yeah. I didn't know you were into the paranormal.
Oh,
and I'm like,
no.
I've lost a client. I'm like,
Did you?
yeah. But
Did you really lose? Did you lose her?
no, she goes, I mean, I thought it was going to, and she just goes, I love the paranormal, and proceeded to tell me her first ghost story. I'm like,
See, that's
what are you
great.
doing? I'm out of the closet. I'm out of the witchy broom closet. I'm out of the psychic medium closet. I'm out of the paranormal closet. I'm done. And I haven't looked back. And so much more filling. My whole thing really is about empowering people and bringing inspiration to their lives, whether it's on, Ghost Adventures or Bad Girls Club or silly TVs throughout.
Right.
But it is so much fun doing it in this spiritual, metaphysical, even paranormal world than it was the HR department at Mattel or Microsoft.
Yeah.
I'm going, oh,
No, that's not fun. That's awesome. But you said that you've been seeing ghosts as a little girl.
Yeah.
And you grew up out here in Southern California. So was it, and it was like you had your first seance, what was it, 8, did I read?
7 or 8.
7 or
Literally,
8.
I was.
All right, tell me about, what I'm more curious about is what your parents did.
well, luckily, I think it must be into the blood. I honestly think that kids really can see spirits, but I said it's the drum plays. That's my ghost, Adrian. That's her on the corner. She lives here. She was in the house when we bought it.
All right, thanks, Adrian.
Yeah, thanks. She's good. Keep the cameras working.
Yeah, please.
But where was I? Oh. Well,
I was asking, what did your parents think?
my
Were you being an 8-year-old doing a
See,
seance?
So I was in the hall stuffing towels into the doors. My mom was, again, I was luckily raised without any, this is evil or this is bad or religious background or anything like that. My mom just kind of went, yeah, grandma did that too. Grandma could see that too. So it was it was inspired in me. It was okay. It wasn't, oh no, that's your imaginary friends. And again, in our modern Western, complete left brain, logical, focused, non-mystical society, it's gotten taught out of everybody.
Sure.
Luckily, I think there's
But you got taught in at 8? Like, how do you do that? Tell me, like at 8, I'm sort of thinking it was like Sesame Street, like for my kid, whatever it was. How does seance become for an
well,
8-year-old for you?
yeah,
And what was the scene? Set the stage.
I watched Sesame Street. I watched whatever the kids' shows of the day, but I was really watching Outer Limits and Twilight Zone
Sure.
and Alfred Hitchcock movies and The Birds. And
Right.
even though I'm very light in my complete practice, that's what I'd run home and watch Addams Family or Dark Shadows.
Right. Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Dark Shadows is a classic.
Yeah, classic. Still do.
They're all great. Yeah. Okay. But so you're always into even at very young, that was what you were sort of exposed to. Were your parents really woo-woo?
No, not at all.
Not at all. What did they do for a living?
My mom was a stay-at-home mom, beautiful. She had wanted to be a performer, but she gave it up for family. In the decades you had to do that. My dad was a mechanic, but my dad's dad, there's a big statue of him right there in the corner, came from Turkey. He was a very well-known philosopher, psychoanalyst, psychologist, psychiatrist, who specialized in religion or the lack thereof. He was a super practically evangelical atheist, humanist. He hung out with Isaac Asimov, Carl Sagan. Steve Allen was his best friend. Academic, anything woo-woo religion is just bullpucky weakness. Though I read his book, he wrote on religion, he wrote on sex. He was way ahead of his time. He wrote on, but I read his books now, it's like, oh, Grandpa, and I worshiped him.
Sure.
I'm like, Grandpa, you sort of believe the same thing I do. You just put a different template on top. You use academic terms and science terms, and somebody else might use religious terms. I might use metaphysical or witchy or magical terms, but there's these basic truths in between. It all bears down to energy to me.
So, okay, well, we're going to get into energy in a
Okay.
minute. That's a big word for sure. It's a big word in this whole space that I'm discovering. And it's, so, all right, you're 8 years old, you have a seance.
Uh-huh.
And you start, and you've got this, a mechanic dad, stay-at-home mom, academic grandfather. Now, at what point, now you're going through middle school.
Yeah.
What was like middle school and high school? Like, I'm so fascinated by this because, how did you learn your craft? Like, where were you reading? Who was your teachers? How did this come about?
There was that's my dog Willow. There was a little part I turned it off in high school. Again, it's like, even because I like leave my body all the time. Before I really knew how to control the gifts, I would go walk around hats, wear a beanie, put on a ball cap.
You were like the cheerleader in high school. Were you like
both sides of it.
Okay.
I was actually already working professionally. I was a model. I was a cheerleader.
You were a dancer.
I was a dancer. Yeah. So I've always had many fingers in many pots.
Sure.
But I kept that pretty separately. But I was a seeker. I would see these things, and even younger than that, from 13, I would look at a church or a temple or a mosque or a synagogue or a park and see this energy coming out, and I'd want to go. But with that family, even though they were open to me talking to ghosts, I was like, God or anything, deity was like a dirty word.
Sure.
So I remember I was 13.
I'm sorry, were your family religious?
No, not at all.
Okay. All right. So you didn't grow up with that?
Not at all.
Okay.
But I remember at 13, I think, those were the new Jesus evangelical, and there was some really cute Christian rock band. I wanted to go see with a friend. I was almost so nervous to ask my mom if I could go to church. I would have been, can I go to a rave? Can I go to a wild party?
That's funny.
And I go, oh, I just want to go hear this band music. It's a cute singer. And my mom's like, you could do anything you want. I could do anything I want. I became a seeker. I'm like, well, I want to go try this born again Christian thing. No, they're kind of judgmental. I don't like that. I want to try my Jewish roots from my dad's side. Okay, that's in. There's a lot of traditions. I want to try. Let's look at Buddhism. But then I found a Long Beach women's spirit because I'm local, and all these people who worship the earth and trees, and there was a feminine.
How old are you when you found them?
13, 14.
13 years old, so okay.
Maybe a little older.
Right.
Again, just getting out of high school into things. And then I went to an event, I think put on by, and I'm like, these are my people. I talk to trees. I've been, knowing that fairies are real and animal spirits my whole life. So I followed this pagan path. And in the 80s, I met this guy. He died sadly in the 80s, but I was able to meet him, Scott Cunningham.
Okay.
I still recommend his books to people because it's simple, magic, elemental. I'm very elemental in my work. Air, fire, water, spirit, the planet. Yeah, we work with deities and gods and stuff, but just we're human. We're right here. And
so he was like a mentor.
He was a mentor.
So like an early mentor of you.
Early mentor. Again, only met him once, but through his books. And he still is writing books, 30 years after his death. I don't know how. But
It was certainly, he's very influential, I guess.
Very influential. And now there's a million good things out. Now I'm an author. I wanted to be Llewellyn author, so it's like, I want to be with Scott Cunningham's. But now there is amazing. And now with the rise in witchcraft and the popularity of witch talk and, some good, some bad, but all eye-opening for people. So it just became who I was.
Why do you think right now is a time where there's a rise in this?
I think there's a rise in this because, well, we want to think for ourselves for one. And when times are scary, people usually go back to their faith. Times have always been scary, but they're extra scary now because we have 24/7 news on our phone, on the TV screen by us. It's bombarded. It's not just you get the paper once a day or once a week. So it's always been scary. It's extra scary now. So people traditionally, I'm going back to church or temple or whatever they want to do. That's not holding up for everybody. It's like, well, I go to church, but I'm gay, and they don't like it at my church. So therefore, the more alternative religions, more left of center, New Age, and the crystals, which is great, just spirituality in general, and of course witchcraft, because witchcraft or any of the million forms of it are self-empowering. you take responsibility for your life, and they're very empowering.
What I'm curious about too with you, especially when you start talking about this, um, the empowerment of
Mhm.
people and giving them empowerment. You're sort of known as like the good witch,
Yeah.
right? Um, how did you give yourself that name, or did other people give you that name? And
I
how,
don't know.
so and what is that? What is having that name mean to you? Is it important to maintain? You know what I'm saying? Like, is it
It
important to live up to it? And what does it mean to live up to it?
Okay, I do use it for I rarely people do by mistake use the word white witch because I don't like black and white and good and evil. I'm not even good at I'm high vibration and low vibration. But
Okay.
I do only do good high vibration work because not good or bad, burn in hell or any of these things.
Sure.
It's like you have to live in the world you create. If I personally believe you can get anything you want from positive magic, positive manifestation. So why would I send out curses and hexes and because I have to live in that world.
I see.
Everybody I know who goes into dark arts, I respect
You
them.
know
I
people.
like them.
Wait. You know people who go into dark arts?
Of course I do. There's a community, and I'm not even
Oh
judgmental.
shit!
But
I didn't know that existed.
oh yeah,
Like, there's a dark
and
arts.
I mean, and there's gray witches are very popular. It's like I do a little good, but I just know people who go dark. They're fine, they're good, but they start getting cranky. And after they start getting cranky, they start getting angrier, and then they start getting paranoid. And then even a really good example, and I feel weird saying this because I'm not saying this is why, but Zach Bagans on Ghost Adventures loves the good witch, bad witch. So I remember the first time it happened, we were at his museum and he's like, Patty, I want you to meet this woman. And he brought me into, I didn't know it was Ed Gein's cauldron where he cooked people, but and there's this little English woman in a cloak who looked like she wanted to serve me tea.
Sure.
But she was doing dark magic and she was actually channeling Ed Gein and she wanted to kill me, holding Ed Gein's shovel in her hand.
Wait, so did he try to like dunk on you with this?
Yeah,
Okay.
not in a bad way. He likes the good witch, bad the
Okay.
fight. And again, so the swords are out.
Now, did you feel it? Like, did you feel like, wait a minute, something's up? Like, how did?
My God, yeah. I mean, I was going literally. I was in a caravan in the dark, brought into the light, and I thought this woman, and so it was a big little face-off kind of thing. And then he did it again. I don't know, a year or two later. We were back at the museum. I knew everybody on the episode, but she was kept hidden. He's like, "Oh yeah, by the way, do you want to go to the basement? Lady Snake is there." I'm like, "Oh, you did it again." And again, I still firmly believe light beats dark always, because you bring a candle into a dark room. You've brought in the light, even though you see those extra scary shadows now with the light. But anyway, did it again. But she was a lovely woman. I respect her craft. But she's dead now. I don't think she was older than me. Again, I'm not.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to laugh at someone who's dead. But the way that came out.
She's dead.
Yeah, well,
and I'm healthy.
It's like,
strong.
You give yourself one of the, it's like, all right. I'm not saying one's better than the other, but.
Yeah, because I think karma is a word for it. Cause and effect is the science, action and reaction.
Right.
Again, you have to live in the world you create. And I honestly believe we can create anything we believe we can create. One thing manifest.
Now, and we've got a lot of things in front of us here. We're going to get to that in a second. I wanted to talk about. I really want to get to know you and sort of your philosophy on this stuff. And it's for me, it's really interesting because you're not just a believer. You're an entrepreneur, and you're very successful at it. I mean, you're well known, and there's a balance there. How do you balance that without losing credibility?
Right. You have to be very careful. And I can't live in the woo-woo world because we know those people who do. And then you can't live in the entrepreneur world, run a streaming service, run a school, and so you're like,
right.
I have a big old on-off switch, so I'm not seeing spirits all the time, on-off or a little dimmer as needed. Because I like, in a witchy world, you have one foot in this world, one foot in that world, and you go back and forth. And the more you go, I'm in the mundane world, I'm going to the grocery store, this is what I'm doing, I'm not going to talk. And now I'm going to the magical world full on. The more differentiation is it. Remember what? I'm really picky about what I do and don't do. I would, even though everybody goes, is that fake on TV? No, I've never done a fake TV. I would never, ever, ever do anything. And every show I've done has been really ethical that way.
Right.
Zach or Elton or all the guys. Nope, don't, you know that, don't go there. Just tell us what you experienced, because my credibility is at stake there. So I think that's it, and just real picky about how I do it.
Okay.
You know, like it would be like I had when I used to run my immersive theater company, we had a show, and it was so brain doing. We had a little around the table show. It was a seance show, but it was a fake. We had, flash paper and, ink that disappeared on the Ouija board, but everybody was a character like the game Clue, but we were resolving it. It was brilliant.
Right.
Me and my friend Amy had wrote it.
Right.
And it's like, we did it twice. I'm like, if I make part of a living doing real seances, I can't take 10 minutes to explain. Now this is fake and but I do real ones. But besides, when you do fake ones, real stuff happens anyway, just like at the Magic Castle, just like all the mentalists and the magicians who do stuff that all of a sudden go, oh wait, this is real.
What was the biggest adjustment for you though doing TV? Because there are parameters in television. I mean, it's just a fact. We've got to get what we got to get, and we got a few days to get it. And I don't give them a hard time. Look, I come out of that world, right? And I don't give them a hard time for. I wouldn't even say a recreation is shameful to do. It's like if we weren't gonna have the camera gear, let's just show the people what we saw, because you're taking it on faith at the time that these guys did it. So I don't give them a hard time for doing that, because I understand the parameters of it. For you, when you first really dove in, what was that was there an adjustment? And were you like, okay, I have to roll with this process, or did you ever experience that?
It wasn't too much of an adjustment, but I thought, again, because of my background on both sides and knowing it, and the fact that I literally had to sketch an improv, don't over talk, I know how to talk in sound bites, all the little things people don't think about. And then again, I'm legit. And again, even Ghost Adventures does reenactments, but they say this is a reenactment. So that I don't have an issue with that at all either. Right. But like, say if we're going to, I sent them to Reseda House of Evil or Pasadena House, my friend Richard Layell. And I had done so much stuff there. Or even the closer of the last season, I sent them to the women's club, and he doesn't want me to go in and go, I feel this over here, because I've done that so many times. It's literally stand outside and this is what I've experienced, or this is what I experienced. Gotcha. When I go into a place, it is blind. I'm always scared to death, because it's like, what if I get nothing? What if I hear crickets? It's like, you've got this whole crew. It's like, you're supposed to go in and say, what happened there? I don't know. But every place usually is so vetted. It's like, I've never had an issue with that. It's like, okay, this is here and this is here and that's here.
So, you talked about energy. You talked about frequency and vibration. Is this from what I've read, it's like a Kabbalion, the Hermetic value of vibration. Is that the philosophy that you're playing in? And how do you, what's the word I'm looking for? How do you notice that? How does it hit you? What goes through you when you're experiencing these vibrations? How do you tap in?
Well, again, we have all the different people talk clairvoyant, clairsentient, claircognizant, clairgustant. You see, it's like seeing, smelling, hearing, just knowing, and tasting.
I'm familiar with all the clairs. I've read about all the clairs.
Yeah, all the clairs. I teach it in my school, but I just throw them all together since I've been doing it so long. But it just, again, that's why I have the on-off switch. I don't want to be bombarded. And I also believe it's controllable. I think this is our realm of existence. The other worlds on the other side of the veil.
But what's bombarding you, Patty? Is it sound? Is it like, I'm getting a headache? Like, what is that?
Oh, I have body tells. Yeah, we all have. And again, we all have our own spirit language. So everybody, the obvious one, everybody knows, I got goosebumps. I got chills.
Okay.
That's a tell. That's like, some people, my left ear goes like this, or I get nauseous is a common one until you start getting used to it. Or I get hot, I get cold. All those things are just little symbols of how you are tapping into the other side. So I teach people to be aware of it so they start really writing their own language for spirit.
Is there anything specific for you that's like, ooh?
I see energy. I really do. Again, not talking just about ghosts or anything like that. Whatever. I see like the auras and the cords around people and all this kind of stuff.
Oh, okay.
So
I spoke to somebody once, like she gets a ringing in her ear. Like it was very specific. It was very clairaudient. Like she gets, it's a real problem like for her.
Yeah, that is a common thing. Again, say if we're at a seance, I was just the other day, I will feel that and I'll go, and oftentimes that's just, that is your sign that spirit is talking to you. Sometimes it is like, listen up. Sometimes it is there, listen up. You're not listening, whether it's grandma talking to you or a spirit guide, or people get their throat all tight is common. It's like, it could be say what you want to say or speak what you want to speak, or someone's trying to choke you. Again, you have to.
That's dark, for sure. No. So, all right. So you just mentioned you teach now and you help people. Is being you're teaching witchcraft
Witchcraft, psychic development, mediumship development.
Okay. So,
But I don't ever say this is the way to be. We have like 20 teachers at our school, all different paths. We even have a Catholic priest.
Is being a witch and learning about this, is it like, in a weird way, being a lawyer where it's like you have to constantly stay up? Are you still learning?
Always, every day. And if I ever stop learning, then shoot me. No, don't shoot me. But no, because
what is the last thing what is the most recent or last thing as a witch that you discovered and you were like, whoa?
And it's not even necessarily as a witch, it's as a human, as a medium, as a psychic, as an intuitive. I think this weekend I was in Arizona, and I went from event to event to event, different producers. So I'm literally teaching a workshop and a workshop, and then we're doing a seance in the dark, and then we're off at Superstition Mountain doing paranormal investigation in old mines, and almost the energy attached to spirit, like the thing, how it goes, how it doesn't go. When you're going from one to one to one, and you're living on the other side of the veil, I'm learning again not what this specific truth is, but how I deal with it. It's interesting. It's like, I have to stop for a minute. I am overwhelmed. I am bombarded.
Is there somebody else currently whose practice you're like, you absorb or you take from, like, oh, that's interesting, like, I'm going to try that myself, and like certain practices or new practices that you've
all sorts of them. Luckily, with my podcast, The Witching Hour, is all about the guests, like you do.
Yeah.
So I want to know about this. So this guy, again, not all witchy. Some of it's real new agey, some of it's Buddhist, some of it's well, it could be just, again, from a spiritual positive bent. So that's why because if I ever think I can't learn anymore, that gets into ego, and once you think you know everything, you crash and burn. You're done.
All right, so I know nothing. And
I
know nothing. So for me, and I was so excited when you said yes to sit down, because as a teacher, it's like, okay, what is a big part of this world? And that's divination.
Yeah.
And first of all, what is that? And how do you explain it to a noob?
Okay, divination is literally going into an altered state mentally. There's lots of ways you can do it. Again, crystal balls.
Some would say I'm already in an altered state.
We're already in an altered state. Or you could see through the veil into past events, into future events. Again, that's what people use divination. Tarot cards are working with divination. Yes, there's meanings on each of the cards, but a good tarot reader, that's a jumping off point, and then what spirit tells you.
So, all right, we're going real fast.
Okay.
So we got to. So
okay.
For divination, it's for an individual has to put themselves in a mental state where they are open to receiving frequency or vibration from whatever this is.
Yeah.
Right.
Is it the universe? Is it your spirit guides? Is it your higher self? Is it aliens? Is it deities? Is it elementals?
Any one of those things.
Any one of those things. I think you should be a little picky and get to know, because you don't want to, like, especially like a Ouija board. That's divination too. Again, you don't want to go anybody out there. Really, you want anybody, and do you want the drunken ghost at the 7-Eleven who says, "I'm your grandma," and then you're going for wisdom. Know who you're divining with.
So it's basically getting yourself open, really make yourself vulnerable.
Just take into the energy. Yeah.
Just tap into something to figure that out. Okay. Now then, all of these devices and stuff, are they amplifiers or are they receive? Okay.
I think they are both. They can be an amplifier. Crystal balls. We have regular crystal balls. This is made out of glass or lead crystal, whatever this. This takes you into that state, and it's not necessarily like, oh, I remember going way back to, you said Good Witch. Why is it the Good Witch? I have the big pink Glenda dress. That's why.
Okay.
No, I see.
Right.
I do. I'm working on showing up in a bubble like this, but I haven't figured that out yet.
Perfect.
But again, this puts you into that state where you can see things. And there is a difference. Like this being lead or glass is one thing. If you have a quartz crystal, which I have somewhere, there's a spirit in that quartz crystal. So you're going to see it through the eyes of the spirit that's in a quartz crystal versus this is.
So does this help a particular person focus? Like, would they choose a crystal ball versus a black mirror because maybe that gets their mind, helps them get their mind set?
Now, a black
what do you think?
mirror, this itself is not just a black mirror. This is obsidian, black obsidian.
Okay.
So it got the spirit of a real stone in it. I'm an animist. I think everything has a spirit.
Okay.
So whether you're doing this and whether you're doing that,
Okay.
but even if don't have a crystal ball, I don't even have a black mirror. You can make these. If you need it, go to a dollar store and
Just use your iPad screen.
Use your iPad. Yes, TVs and iPads are that. Use your iPad screen, but you could buy a dollar store frame, spray paint it back, use the shiny side. You got a black mirror. I put some protective sigils on it. I might put a horse tail pair on. I might do some other things, but you don't have to. But it's to take you to that state.
So you use it to focus, and you see, and then what? Okay. So you get, let's say, I don't even ask this because I'm so curious. Is it about yourself, or when you're teaching somebody, you're teaching them how to get into that state and what to say and see, or hey man, it's teaching you get into that state and good luck, or what's the state?
The point of learning to develop your gift, to see into the future, the past, is getting out of your own way. I talk very much. We have our left logical brain. We understand that. We need that. Stop at red lights. Logical. I go to work at 8. Whatever. Left brain.
Mm-hmm.
You're right. There's your intuitive, your artist, your magical brain of things. This is the one we go through the veil with talk to spirits. This is the one that shuts it down. This is the one that, again, we have to use it to decipher what we got here. We have to dance between. But like if you go, I'm sensing of that right bit, I'm sensing grandma behind me. Just go, hey, grandma. Or like my dowsing rods, again, divination, is grandma behind. But your left brain go, oh, that's ridiculous. Grandma can't be here. Somebody just opened the window. Use it, whatever that is. Just go, shut down. Shush, shush, shush. We need that left brain. But to learn to look, if you sit here going, what am I going to see? What am I going to see? What am I going to see? You're not going to see anything. You're not going to see anything. You just let it. Again, you could do breathing exercises, meditation practice always helps, whatever that is, whether it's sit there home cross-legged or you take a walk in the park.
No, you believe everybody can do this?
I believe everybody can do it. It's just, again, really taught out of us. I think it's part of that 90% of the brain that we don't work. And again, that we have not ever focused on in our modern times and modern society.
And I look at what you do as for lack of a better word, an intuition. Because we all have intuition, right? Yeah. We all have flight or fight, right? This idea of like, we've all been in a bar, we're like, I got a weird vibe of that guy or that person. We all have it, but I feel like some people have it way more
100%
than others. 100%. And they can take it there. Whereas like somebody who just has it a little, like this feels weird, isn't going to get there no matter what, no matter how open their mind is.
You're not going to do a stage with 1,200 people, like, let's talk to everybody's dead people.
Yeah.
I 100% agree. Okay. Everybody could take piano lessons. I took piano lessons 2 years. I'm never going to be a concert pianist. I could pick it out. Right. Yes, but I do think we need to develop that intuition, again, just for day-to-day life, let alone not talking to grandma. It's just because we've gotten so numb that we don't want to be phoned in by a road, automatic pilot, sleep at the wheel. I sense, I feel, I know, I should call my mom. I should, whatever that is.
Patti, what is your go-to divination tool to help you focus, to help you?
My go-to actually is, which a little off-center, is dowsing rods.
The dowsing, the witch sticks.
The witch sticks. I have regular old school ones like this. I have light up ones, new school, which is really great if you're on a paranormal investigation or you are
right. They look like a witch version of a lightsaber.
Yes, this is a witch version of a lightsaber. One, you can get into that state really good, because if I was all over the place energetically, they would fly all over the place. Here, hold these for a second.
I can hold them. It's not going to like affect any sort of.
Yeah. Well,
okay, and these are, sorry, so I want people to know what I'm holding, right? So these are
dowsing rods.
These are dowsing rods, but they're also very isolated. So this spinning, I'm holding a handle, but what's inside, I am not controlling.
You're not
right? Yeah. Like I'm
not control it.
It is on it's isolated. So right now my hands are not steady, so that it's really swinging around. But
that's not just because your eyes are not steady. It's because your energy is all over the place.
Okay, but let me try to get like cool.
Yeah.
Let me try to be cool for a minute.
Don't burn your finger though.
Oh, thank you for that. I would have been like, Patti, I'm feeling very warm. Everything's getting hot.
It's a sign.
Everything's getting hot. All right, let me stop everything for a second. For those of you who don't know or are unfamiliar with dowsing rods, it's this metal rod. It's like a little thicker. It's like the thickness of a chopstick or something, and it's bent into an L, and it's inside a handle, so it's self-floating. You're holding this metal handle, and there's this metal stick out there. When I held those things, I couldn't keep them steady. They just kept swinging and swinging. It was almost impossible for me to hold it really still. And it's like, look, I don't have Parkinson's or anything. It's really hard to do. So when Patti picks those things up, and not only holds them steady, but then they move as she asks questions. And look at me, I'm staring at her hands. I can't figure out what's happening other than the fact that this woman is connected to spirit somehow. I mean, it is, in and of itself, it's wild and weird. I got chills when I was watching it. Let's keep it going.
But see, this is like doing those
Am I
readings.
doing it? Like, what's going on? What is it? I got an X now, marks the spot. What does that mean?
See, and that if we had asked a question that is, everybody learns their own, just like if you use pendulums, your necklace hanging. With most dowsing rods, and certainly mine, crossing means yes and not crossing means no. Here, let me take that back. So again, but see how you energetically calm down?
By the way, you're talking to something. I've never done meditation.
Okay.
Ever. Like, I don't even know what to do. Like, I've never tried it. My head, I've never had the
these to somebody and they're all over the place. This is getting into a good meditative state with this. So they cross on yes and they don't cross on no. I cannot control them. You cannot control them, right? Cross, don't cross. I can't make that happen.
No, certainly not with those. Those handles are not, they are definitely in those things.
I avoided getting these because I thought, oh, batteries are going to be
it would be really hard to like.
You cannot cheat. You cannot cheat. I cannot cheat. Maybe somebody can cheat.
Right.
But, okay, cross on yes, not on no. We are in Paris, France right now. We are in Hollywood, California right now. Gary is wearing a lovely lavender sweater. Gary is wearing a Santa costume. And they also, again, they get you into that state. So you can divination. Grandma, talk to grandma. Mine have nuances, like more right over left means you or that subject is making it happen. Left over
Are you right or
right,
left-handed?
I'm right-handed. Okay. But usually left-hand is you're receiving and right-hand is you're giving, with some differences. But what's good about this is like, all right, I'm going to tell you that picture one to the left. My ghost Adrian in the house hangs over there by the stairway. Point to Adrian.
That's so strange. That's so strange.
I can't control it. So again, come back. So it's really good getting yes, no, getting nuances. Again, great on paranormal investigations. Again, you give a visual. Yeah, it's great. So maybe your nephew needs some dowsing rods. He could go even deeper.
Listen, I tell John he's a witch all the time. He's like, I don't have any powers. I'm like, dude, you got something going on, because every time I have those apps, I don't get the same reaction he does with those apps. He gets real specific responses that I just don't get, and I'm fascinated by it.
What I like about is apps and the tools is its confirmation. The spirits tell me what color they want. Girls will usually, it's their favorite color. With boys and men, it's usually their sports teams. Like, get rid of the red. I'm a Yankees fan or whatever.
That's fine. I look at all of them as tools as well. I believe, another thing I always say, it's right. If carpenter ruins a renovation of your house, you're not going to blame his hammer.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like it's the person using it. All these things. And the hate that you get, that they get from it, it's very, I find it very strange or like, oh, how's this going to work? That was weird and very
again, and it would work the same with this, not light up, just old school regular ones. We are in Florida. No, we are in the Hollywood Dell neighborhood. Yes, we are. What is? Adrian, where are you hanging out?
Come on, man.
Yeah.
I love it. Okay.
But
that's really wild.
But what I like about tools too, whether these old school or new school tools or the apps like your nephew uses, it's confirmation. Because we might be sitting here going, wow, we're doing a seance and there's a ghost doing jumping jacks on the table and kicking their left foot. You believe me or you don't believe me, whatever. Now there's a guy with an SLS camera that makes green stick people out of a ghost. Can't hear or see me. And there's a green stick person doing jumping jacks and kicking. It's like, yes, that's what I've been seeing.
It's that added level of confirmation for sure. What Patty, so okay, well, let's keep on with this before I'm gonna want to jump ahead. So, all right, now you've got a deck of tarot cards. Of course, I've seen tarot cards. Is that? But you use those, and what is the belief system of there with divination that even if I get into the zone, do I have to get in the zone to read those, or are you pulling in the thing to read it to give it to a person?
No.
Do you see what I'm saying? Like, what is that? Where's the magic?
No, I do like people whether you get all the way in the zone. When I work with clients, I have everybody do breathing exercises when we first start. Tune in, creating the sacred space between us, whether we're live like this or on Zoom.
Okay.
Connecting heart to heart, calling in their guides and my guides, so they have a better focus whether they're seeing spirits or not.
Right.
These, you can read these and not tune and just go, oh, an Ace of Pentacles means some new money coming in. Just like, but the book says this, and you'll develop your gift. But a good reader, tarot, oracle, whatever, you see that card, but then spirit takes you to the next. What this means for you is when you go on a whatever, it's again, the jumping off point.
Okay.
I read.
But so wait, you're getting something from me, or is it spirit telling you about me?
Yes.
Yes to both?
Yeah.
I see. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes to both.
Okay.
That's why I go calling in your guides and my guides, all that's good, all that's light, that I just may be a conduit for information that is real and true and helpful. That's what I say whenever I go into that space.
Patty, what are spirits?
We have so many kinds of spirits.
Well, what are like when someone says to you, Patty, what is a ghost?
For energy. No, ghosts themselves are what we call ghosts or spirits, are things that were living humans. They were living humans and they passed on. Nothing dies. Science has proven that, right? Nothing can die.
Well, energy,
they lose our meat suit. They lose our meat suit.
Okay.
And wherever you go after that, I think is a little like the Matrix. So if you believe in pearly gates, you're getting pearly gates. Reincarnation, I believe in that. If you want to go to the void, it's ancient Sumerian belief, actually.
Okay.
And you go to the afterlife you believe in. So ghosts, what we call our ghosts. We know residual hauntings, residual ghosts. That's more like video. That's
imprint.
That's an imprint.
Right. Okay.
That's like the lady in white walks by. That poor ghost doesn't have to do that. It's
right.
video.
It's a recording. But it's sort of stuck there. And even do you believe a living person can leave an imprint?
Yeah.
Energy, right?
Oh yeah,
okay.
I believe
so,
in
yes.
living person.
Yeah,
so, and what we have is the everything else, things that were never human, and that's getting into the angelic realm, the demonic realm, the elemental realm.
Angelic and demonic is a very religious sort of perspective, though. I mean, where does that come from for you?
I use high vibration and low vibration, but the world uses it. So
I see. Okay, all right. So you're just looking at it as Okay.
and I do think that
the vernacular.
Demons get way more credit. It's like,
well, it's fun. It's sort of the.
But it's like a demon, no cranky ass ghost.
Right.
Just read.
Where do you think these other realms are from? What is that? What do you think that is?
I think things are going on all the time that we can't see. And again, science is catching up with all the quantum sciences. Science and spirituality are crashing together. Completely and coming together. I think they exist everywhere. Like right now, I have a haunted doll downstairs who's probably peeking up over here. I'm not paying attention to her. I have my ghost Adrian hanging around.
I just got chills from that because I am so not interested in a haunted doll sticking its head up.
I didn't bring her upstairs, huh? She'd be sitting here.
Well, you said peeking it out. It's like
peeking at you, yeah.
I don't need that shit, but that's all right. I mean, it's that's so great.
A doll, don't you?
Oh, that's so great. I love this. I love this so much. All right, so. Sorry, I interrupted you with the doll thing threw me for a minute because I literally got
see, that's your first sign. Something's there. You got goosebumps because you felt something. Yeah. It wasn't just because you got scared or you felt something.
Sure.
Belle, her name's Belle. She's 110. She loves you.
Thank you, Patty. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. All right, so you think these energies that are like the demons, the non-human entities.
Yeah. They're different dimensions. Like again, aliens, I'm sure, are one of the dimensions. And we always talk about we live in the 3-dimensional world. We do, 3-dimensional. On the other side of a mirror, that's a 2-dimensional world. That's why mirrors are portals. And everybody go, ooh, 2 mirrors together. But in science, 3 dimension, 2 dimension. That's 2. But where's everybody saying, all the New Agers and positive and spiritual say we're moving into the 5th dimension. We're going to have less limitations. But there's like 12 or 15. I don't even know. I haven't studied. There's a lot of dimensions.
Do you feel with this sort of philosophy that technology and the internet and social media is helping you or hurting the the faith, if you will, the beliefs?
Yes. I'm going to have yes to
I just
everything.
like right. Okay, so that means you like both things. So what's the good side and the bad side of this?
I think the good side of it,
Of this practices and everything
again,
that you're
of the
doing.
practices, again, there's knowledge out there for people. Knowledge is power, whether you're learning about something, there's good and bad knowledge out there. But again, develop your intuition, go, that isn't true, or at least not true for me, or that is true. Something feels off, probably something is off. Learning that. So the opportunity of the technology, of even in the science and magic kind of crashing together. Oh, that's all Kabbalists have known that forever, and now sciences are figuring it out. That's the good side of it. The bad side of it, again, is we don't want to rely on that. We don't want that to overtake. It could be the same argument for AI. It could be the same argument for art and AI. I think it has to be a balance. And we've been way out of balance for a long time. So that's why I'm so elemental in my work. Bring back the balance.
Well, I'll give you a great example, like a real practical example, right? I've talked to several ghost hunters, right? So some of the old school ones before the shows came out, now in their practice, when they show up when they show up for a client, they're like, well, where's all your stuff? Where's all your gear? Because like the ghost hunters, the taps guys would show up in a van with Pelican cases and stuff, and it's like, it's like, this is my gear.
Yeah,
I'm here to study it, right? So how is that affected your work at all, in terms specifically with clients? What are their expectations when they sit down with Patti Negri if you show up and you're like, listen, I gotta lug this crystal ball around because these people are constantly. But you know what I mean? Do you see what I'm saying? Like, if you showed up without it, they're like, well, where's your shit? Where's your dowsing rods? You're supposed to come here with it. Do you know what I mean? Like, but that's.
Yeah, but I don't think people, if they're calling me for a session, a private session, my witchy side, my counselor side, my whatever you want to say, I don't think a lot of them want my rods just because they know how friggin' accurate they are.
My brain just filled up with rod level dad jokes.
Tarot cards, but no, I don't show up equipment. I'm actually teaching a class coming up at another event, how to be working with paranormals, where the guys and girls are like all the tech nerds, and you're the intuitive on the team. How to integrate all of that, how to be that person that sit there, because this little human thing is the very best app we have. This is the
human
best
experience.
to me. The human experience is better than any of that. So that's the bad side of it. We don't want to give this away because we have a really good ovulus.
Right, because we have a really good ovulus. Yeah, exactly. Now, how do you, or have you changed how have you changed your work? Because I don't want to get to be another yes or no question.
Yeah.
How have you changed your work to adapt to tech?
I mean, I probably carry a little more than because again, I like the confirmation of it. I don't have a Pelican case of stuff, but here's a nice little crystal version of a REM pod. I don't like spirit boxes are too. I want to throw them across the room. I don't know, again, because I need to go into that silent space. But I do like, okay, let's lay out a tripwire, because we can make the ghost, or not make, we don't make any. We could ask the ghost to walk back and forth and see it. Again, more than anything, just for confirmation. But it hasn't really changed how I do things. And more in modern time, again, when this whole ghost hunting thing started out 20 years ago, whatever it was all about the tech, and it wasn't, but spirituality and magic and intuition is getting bigger and bigger. I go to all the conferences. I do the conferences where it used to be tech. Now there's more and more witchy people and just crystal people and new age people and readings and learning to tune into your body and how to do it. And so it's more and more. Where it used to be not a cool thing to have the intuitive or on your team, now it's a cool thing, and almost every team has it.
We've gone from the hour-long shows to 1-minute videos.
Okay.
What are people losing in this new social media setup?
Yeah.
How is that like, oh God, guys, this is not how you should be learning? Like, what is it? What's
Yeah,
happening?
there's a lot of negative. The positive sides are, it's like opens your mind, makes you think. When you think, then if you follow that through and like
Awareness is always great.
awareness
I
is
get
great.
that argument
Yeah.
for like, hey, at least people are aware of it. It's out there. They're
And
learning.
then from there they either whatever and go on or look into it. It's like I had a 1 minute witch talk and do whatever. And now I'm a witch, or now I know how to divine. It opens up the mind. The negative side is that weird expectations. Even TV gets that. Again, I love TV, but I remember the first time I looked at it was something like fakepsychics.com, and there's my name for the first time, and they're like, what? I'm not fake. And the
Sure.
guy who wrote, I didn't answer back, but I want to explain, going, how come Patti, every time on the show, it's like she's always talking to the camera, she's always right there, and so it's like, and I wanted to go, well, do you not realize that we shot for 4 days to get that 44 minutes? They just edited all the bad butt shots and me going, you know, I don't know, you know.
Right.
So there's expectations that the
Gosh.
whole world fits into a 30-second TikTok or Instagram.
I gotta tell you a funny story. You'll
Yeah.
appreciate this having done TV, because I was an executive, right? So I was a development executive. I was pitching a show once, and it was a show about people who are victims of true crime, and a psychologist who helped them get over those true crime, that thing that happened to them.
Yeah.
And the way we were going to tell the story is, we were going to have this person who's like, they can't leave their house, they're agoraphobic, and they were going to walk us through what happened. We're going to show recreations, and then we're going to take that person to the scene of the crime, and then find out. So at the end of the show would culminate there at the scene of the crime. We find out what happened to them fully at that moment, and they have this realization moment. And we pitched it, and the executive goes to us, how are you going to guarantee in every episode that they have that realization at the same time they do it? Now, Pat, if you look down the room of us on this side of the table to this is a television executive.
Yeah.
Our faces are like, and the guy I was with goes, editing. It's like, we're going to edit it that way so we tell the story.
Yeah.
But we're obviously filming this. So, I mean, it's just
that editing.
So this guy critiques you based on what is necessary for the medium, which is ridiculous, right? So it's like, you can't burn calories on people like that. They just don't get it.
Yeah,
they just don't get it.
Yeah, sign of success. That they hate you.
Right, right. For the one thing, what John does with all of his videos, he never edits. They're all like full clips without edits in them.
Which is great.
Which is why it's, and every time I try, I was like, oh, dude, he's like, I can't do it. He's like, the moment I put an edit in there, he's getting hammered, from people. It's like, so he has to go through those lives that he does. He's live all the time, and it's because he's a live influencer, and he just pull that shit. But it's crazy. Well, that's a really interesting sort of look at how to focus on these mediums for you as you move forward, and what is moving forward. What are you up to? Like, how are you playing into this and adapting? Because you're constantly working.
I love what I'm doing. I obviously, because I created what I'm doing. I think we all create our lives. If you don't like your life, change it. Again,
Right.
So my whole goal is for people just to remember how powerful they are and that they do have control. I just want to do that on a bigger scale. 20 people in a room, 1,000 people in a room. Great. Okay, TV show, a great TV show, a TV show where I have a little more control would be nice. You have the big goals going
Why do you
along.
want TV? But like, forget TV. I mean, you can do this yourself.
No, it doesn't have to be TV.
Oh, right,
When I
okay.
say TV, I believe me, again, working with influencers, I just work with Sam and Colby, top of line. I work with Elton, Matt Hastave, Matt Rife, the whole group. When I started moving into that, I noticed, okay, I've been working Ghost Adventures for 10 years, basically 2 episodes. And it's like, we're doing a thing and you get paid nicely and they throw you on Southwest, which is great. I remember the first, okay, you're on a little, first time I was doing the big influencer, it's like, you're flying me private? They have more money. The influencers have more money than network or the network spends. So it's a whole, their crews are just big. They're just as professional now. I mean, not all, some like even.
What, this is it?
Like, look at this. There's 48 people.
You can't see all those people. I got one camera that crapped out, and I'm using my phone over there.
Yeah.
No, no. She's like, what am I doing? No, it's. That's okay. No, but sorry, I cut you off.
Yeah,
cut you off with the joke.
No, but I love that. That's what I like. I do like stuffed on Southwest one day, or you're staying in a old haunted whatever falling apart, 1800s thing one day, and then you're in a 5-star, and then you're in a Hotel 6, and then I like that. I don't want my life to be continuous.
What are you most proud of right now? What is that thing that you're doing right now that you're hoping in 5 to 10 years this is my thing? What's that one thing you're putting your energy?
I have a project out there that's one of those ones that you can't talk about.
Sure.
But again, if that got picked up, it may. I need a little more faith that it'll get picked up. I think it might be just too much for the Hollywood world unless I find somebody who really will produce it outside of network.
But don't you have your own channel? What is Paraflixx? What is that?
It's my own streaming network.
Okay.
Why? I don't know how to say no. Like 6 years ago, I worked with my partner Natalie. We were going to do an event together, and then I have this. He was a kid then. Now he's an adult. But we turned, let's do a live interview on Instagram into an international school, just with this kid and I. And all of a sudden this great little business kid, Italian, lives in Iceland, and her and I going, we've seen everything on Discovery. We have seen everything when it was on Travel Channel. We've seen everything. Sure. There is no new content. You can't organize it like YouTube. It's all over the place. Let's start a streaming network. So it's called Paraflixx. We call it the Netflix of the paranormal. It's way cheaper. It's only $4.99 a month. Our app is completely professional. It looks exactly like Amazon or Netflix, except it's all paranormal, adding more and more horror, trying to get more spirituality. We have everything from music videos to podcasts to series you haven't seen other places. Some are exclusive to us, which is great. We have a new series coming in. Some also, they also are on Amazon and here. They're also on YouTube and here. But it was a beautiful format for people to go, I like this paranormal thing, and I've seen that episode 14 times. To go, you guys should bring your
I'm very curious. Thank you for that. What is how do you, but I want to know about you too with this. That is a very business setup.
Yes.
You're a psychic medium witch. How do those worlds collide? Are you like giving notes on things? Like, what is going on? You know, like, are you looking at it with how do the hats switch, or do they?
Well, it's sometimes better than others. No, I'm kind of good at multitasking, I think, most of the time. And it's weird because I'm traveling. Last year I had 35 trips. Last year, because the world's so weird, mostly in the States, a little bit out. The year before, I was out of the country as much as I was in, and still. But again, we have internet. We have all that. Natalie, who is my heart and soul, she runs.
Is she a witch?
No, she's not a witch, but she's super spiritual and magical. She's more New Age and crystals and light and love and Jesus, but she's modern. She doesn't neglect anything that
Jesus, crystal, salt, and sage, kind of.
Yeah. Yeah. Which is great. Because again, so she runs the day-to-day of Paraflixx, but we have constant meetings, this and that, bringing in we're always looking for good content. Always looking for good content.
Okay.
Always looking for new content.
Love it.
We pay by the click just like everybody else. Again, but it's only $4.99 because it's our baby. It's our passion. Sure. And then with the school, which again turned into an international school, I have about 20.
But the school is yours. That's just yours.
No, it's mine and Nick, the whiz kid in Iceland.
Okay, sorry.
And my partner, my vampire partner, Father Sebastian. He and Nick and I run the school, but Nick, the guy in Iceland, runs the day-to-day. But again, we're always on meetings. We're always there. I teach. Sebastian teaches. I teach a weekly class. And then just part of the workings, I'm not doing the day-to-day, or we have people do it. So that's it. Because
do you look at like lesson plans, like a teacher for the other teachers in there? Like, what are you doing? Have you ever seen one and you're like, this is bullshit? Well, do you have like a professor of the dark arts, like Hogwarts?
Oh, yeah, a little bit. Won't go real dark though. I won't go real dark. But if somebody's doing it, because like we have a guy in Italy now teaches Italian witchcraft, Strega.
Yes.
We have a guy in Brazil teaching Brazilian magic. Again, we have the people in the UK, we have witchy, non-witchy, a lot of witchy, but not all witchy.
What's the name of the school?
University Magickus.
Okay.
Magic with a K, M-A-G-I-C-K.
University
MAGICKUS.com.
Magickus. UniversityMagickus.com.
Or Magic U, like university.org.
Okay.
Again, you can get to from my website.
Okay.
But I won't let teachers say, this is the truth. They get to say, this is a truth, or this is my truth. So you can't even call us a cult. we believe this or don't believe that.
Okay.
If you know,
Right.
we have people. I don't teach all witchcraft. I teach a lot of witchcraft, but I teach mediumship development, psychic development, past lives work. We do
Like QHHT stuff and all that kind of thing. Okay. Patti, you've been so generous with your time. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I got a couple little fun questions because now,
Okay.
now you have a school. I'm sort of curious. Are there any spells? Well, okay. Tell me a spell that you've created.
Okay, probably because everybody wants money. My most famous one that I've been doing for 20 plus years is my money spell.
Okay.
Because everybody wants money, right?
What's the
'Cause
hit
we've
ratio?
created- Well, it's really good. It's like every
Okay.
time I've been doing it for decades, but you have to sacrifice a dollar bill.
Oh,
You have to
okay.
burn it up.
I'll sacrifice
Okay.
a human bill if it's like that.
Yeah.
I know a couple that's you know, that I don't need. But anyway, go.
No,
Okay.
I learned it or we developed it.
Did you develop it? Did you create it?
I think it was half my creation and half a thing we were doing, because at the time we were on tour, my production company or what, and everybody's a struggling actor, struggling musician, we create that world, and it's like, well, let's debunk the almighty dollar. So it's real simple. It's you create your sacred safe. You see what's in the way of you having it. Psychology and neuroscience is 1/3 of all magic. Like, what is in the way? Oh, my dad told me I'd never amount to anything. Got to get rid of that. Oh, I don't have the right college degree. Got to get rid of that. None of
Cost
that.
$1 for every problem. You
No,
got to burn $1 for every problem because I don't know if I have enough money to burn.
No, $1. So figure out what's in the way, get rid of it. That's your little meditation,
Okay.
herbs, oils, whatever you want to do. Then with passion, you write everything on that dollar bill that you want. It could be paid off college loans. It could be new car, whatever. But why I'm such a good spellcaster and one best spellcaster in the world, like 2 or 3 times, because if you believe you could be a billionaire tomorrow, ask for $1 billion. But if you really don't believe that, ask for $100,000. Little successes will get you there. One big failure won't. So again, it really won't. But write everything that you want and that you believe. You have to know mind, body, spirit. You have to see you having it. You have to know you deserve it. Believe you deserve it. Work on it till you get mind, body taking action. So you're writing all down. You breathe your breath onto. Your breath is your life force, your pneuma. So say anything out loud. Your spell. The universe, the gods, whoever will hear you if you say it in your head. Money is easy, money comes. But you say it out loud, your breath is part of it. The moisture in your breath is your free will. That's why some cultures. So money here, money now, money it is mine. Money here, money now, money it is. And you're burning it up over your little cauldron or over your pan. Every time I've ever done it, it's been a win. It's amazing. It is amazing.
My wife just got into her witchy Stevie Nicks phase.
Yeah.
She got a cauldron.
Yeah, good. So everybody has you need a little iron cauldron because that'll ground you when you need grounding. So yeah, so it's
okay.
It's in my book, Old World Magic for the Modern World. That's I think the one because
that book's on my list. I read books and I do a nice book list. I've been educating it. Oh my God, really? That's so
I'll
great.
give you one right now.
Oh.
Wait.
I can have this?
Yeah.
Oh my God, thank
I'll
you.
even sign it for you if you want.
Love it.
You don't like dolls, right?
No, I don't want anything with dolls. But this I will 100% read. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome.
Okay. That's like sort of the most popular one. What is a good spell? I want to end on 3 spells. What is a spell that people should do in these really trying times right now? That's so divisive out there. There's so much, and a lot of this divisiveness I find is lack of education and what you're getting fed, so you don't know what the truth is. What do you tell people? What's the message you give for them to get through it?
I have for them, and I even said it
without getting too political, but it's
I'm
like
not going to get political, though we could.
We certainly could.
We could. Again, we're out of balance, and again, they've tried to numb us out. While I wrote like we zombies do it because we said so. Not this feels wrong to me or this feels right. We're out of balance because everything's so fast. I, being that elemental girl I talked about, my best spell is literally a 30-second exercise to bring balance. Like I said, I work air, fire, water, earth. Earth is who you are. Oh, that's Gary, nice guy, he's a producer, whatever. That's your home. That's earth is who you are. That's your fire is your passion, creativity, what gets you up, sex, all that. Who we are and what drives us. Where we almost always get out of balance is like this, west and east, like a boat going like this, like a
Sure.
plane. West in an elemental, I'm oversimplifying, compass is water. We are almost 70% water. Water has to flow, not be judged, ignored, stuffed down like a tear. Water. And air is our thought pattern, our focus, our clarity, our thinking, our not thinking, the foggy brain, the numb brain. Who we are, what drives us, our emotions and our thoughts. Where do we get messed up mostly? Our emotions and our thoughts. Where do we need more than anything to live more than a few minutes or a few days? Water and air. So if we go back to that mind, body, spirit thing I talked about, you have to believe it and take action.
Yes.
And the spirit to me is the magic behind it. Spirit is the battery. Again, you can get your spirit from prayer. You can get your spirit from vision boards and affirmations, or from itself nature, because we are all these human nature. So if you're not as happy as you should be, and you all should be, just, we're alive, we are here, you're watching this great podcast. If you're not as happy as you could be, or not as productive, or not as conscious, like, wow, did I eat that whole box of Oreos? Or wow, what did I do? How did I get, not as conscious. Go, which element is most off balance? Maybe it's your emotion. Somebody flipped you off on the freeway, or you're just angst general, whether you know where it came from. That's your water element. What you need is water, running water. Think how good you feel after every shower, right? No matter what. Oh, it jumped out. You might go, no.
Come on. But is that help? Is this leading to someone who's feeling helpless watching what's happening?
Yeah, well, yes, it will, because again, again, helpless, you're a victim, you're out of power. To be in power, you have to take control, command of whatever, what I can do, what I can't do. So again, if your emotions are all over the place, again, you can't jump in the shower, but though I do know some TV, you walk up to a sink, run your hands into mind, body. With this water, I'm going to release this angst, anger, fear, confusion, all these things that we're feeling. And the spirit is literally the water. Like an aspirin takes away a headache, running water takes away, hands underwater, within 30 seconds, that excess angst, fear, anger runs away. Then you could do something about it. Not, I'm so mad, I hate what's going on in the world. It's like, I'm so mad, I'm going to do a protest. I'm so mad. So again, half of it's water. And then half of it is that we don't think, the air element, the foggy brain, the chatty brain, I can't think straight, I don't know what to do, is all attached to breath. Nobody breathes good anymore. We don't. We went through 2 years of wearing masks, and still many do. We're always in a hurry, so we're doing breathing like this. We're no big deal. Yes, we do our breathing exercises or our yoga class, but the other 23 hours, breath will clear this up completely. To do it in 30 seconds, I add sound, because again, I work, that's why I'm sitting here ringing bells and chimes. It's science and magic all at the same time. Frequency. So anyway, but sound, vocal sound is hecka work. Every sound we make,
vocal sound is
hecka, H-E-K-A-H-E. Every sound we make actually has an effect on it. Every vowel, every consonant.
Okay.
That's why we do rhyming. That's why we do rhyming in magic. Why we do hymns and sacred music. The cadence, the sound.
Mhm.
I'm not going to give you a lesson in that, but vowels will clear the head. Vowels. If you think about it, almost every sacred word is a vowel. Amen. Om.
Sure.
Native American, hey, hey, East Indian, ha, 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 open up this crown of illumination. So if you're going, oh my God, I can't think straight, I don't know what to do, what's going on in the world or in my life or in my dog, whatever. Okay, I need to call on the air element, whether you're talking to your brain cells or the aliens or God or your higher self. This 30 seconds of deep breathing, 30 seconds of vowels, I need to focus and bring in the qualities of the aspects of air. Ah, om, or E-I-E-I-O with your dog.
Right.
Doesn't matter, your toddler. Within
Right.
30 seconds, that chatter will stop, the fog will lift. Nature, gods, whoever gave us every tool we need. You not need grounding because we all get out of our body. Hug a tree. You can't hug a tree. Touch anything wood. Granite countertop, hardwood floor. This still has the spirit of the tree, though it's 200 years old. You know, all of us wearing crystals. This has the spirit. With fire, dance around a bonfire. We can't usually do that because when we have too much fire, you're agitated, angry, just blah, blah, blah. When our fire's too high. When our fire's too low, it's lethargic, uninspired, no energy. So we want to balance that out. And if you can't dance around a fire, the hecka for that is zzz. It's literally the lightning strike. It's that dragon strike. So it's like, oh my God, I have I have no fire and I got a hot date with my wife and I'm not feeling it. Or maybe that's spiritual work too. Even that's the Holy Spirit. You need the more fire to talk to the ghosts. Or maybe you're just tired. You had to get up extra early and either direction, more or less, and you can't dance. So 30 seconds, whether you're talking to the Holy Spirit, whether you're talking to the breath of a dragon, or just you're beating hard, or hey, Pele volcano, 30 seconds of deep breathing, 30 seconds, zzz, that lightning strike. I need to balance out either direction. Zzz, 30 seconds is a long time. That was like 2 seconds. You might have to sit down, but within 30 seconds, you will feel the tingling in the base of your spine. It'll go up your spinal cord and you'll have the fire, passion, creativity, energy, whatever you need. That is my best spell.
Wow.
I've seen people get off depression meds, psych meds, again, because nature gave us everything we need. We've just gotten so far away from it.
That's amazing. That's so fun. I mean, it's so fun. And
it is fun and it's easy and it's free and you can do it anywhere.
I'll tell you what related to me the most in that spell is music. I was a musician. In another life, I was a drummer for a band that no one ever heard of, but it was what I find magical about it, and from it's my own point of view, is that music has a finite set of rules, a very clear set of rules, and yet an infinite amount of combinations within those rules. Number one. And number two, I don't care who you are. I don't care if I just pulled you out of the forest, you were raised by wolves. If they sing a song and they hit a wrong note, they immediately know that person's out of tune.
Yeah.
And yet they might not be able to articulate like, oh, you're a little pitchy there, but they'll know. Like they'll know that it's wrong. And that's why like American Idol works, right? Like you watch these shows because when they sing and they're off, they get pitchy or whatever, and you're just, they don't know why they don't like it, but they know that it's off, which is amazing. Like, I don't know what that is, right? What is it?
It's
about
vibration, it's the energy.
That music right? So there, to me, I do believe there's some, like music has always been, I have a very romantic appeal and attraction to it because of that.
The best magic there is. We could change our moods with music. Forget the herbs and oils. Play a song you like, you invigorate you, relax you. And again, now science is getting involved with all the megahertz and the binaural beats and stuff, but just music itself has always been a part of life, of magic. I agree wholeheartedly. And I'm married to a drummer.
Oh, right on.
So I get it.
Yeah, it's so fun. All right, I got one more question for you. I just want to know, like, because you're so kind, and again, thank you for doing this. What's a no? What is there? We're not doing this. What is the no in this world that like this cannot be played with? What is that? What are the three unusable spells, if you will? Like, what is the big? Absolutely not. I'm not touching this. I'm not associating with you. You're not. It's not going to work out.
I'm not big on no, except for, again, I'm not going to do something that I think is negative. So that in itself, it's like, I'll do a love spell to bring you the love of your life. I'm not going to do a love spell to bring you Betty, because without Betty's permission, and if you have Betty's permission, then you don't need the love spell. Right. Because I don't want to manipulate Betty, because then it might be the worst thing you've ever had, and then I could be manipulated. So that is a big no for me. I do defensive magic and all that. I don't know of a no that I won't go into a dark or scary place or channel something, because I like to get scared. And again, I still think I can control everything. So I haven't got a thing I won't do, except for, again,
negative stuff.
Really, really negative stuff. Because I know you can get everything you want from the positive.
Patti, this is so fantastic. I really thank you so much.
Thank you. This was fun. You're a great host.
I try. I'm trying. I absolutely learned a lot. I hope I can one day talk to you again. The next thing I will, when I'm ready for this, is dolls.
Yeah.
You clearly wrote the book on it.
I did.
Save it. I'm not ready for the dolls. John's got a whole bunch of dolls. I'm like, dude, they are. Look, see what happens? Yeah, you can see it. The dolls, like, it's just something weird about it, and I'm not there yet. Hopefully, my journey with this, of learning and sort of getting different points of view, like what John and I are doing here, is almost like a mosaic. It's or tapestry of different perspectives on what is spirit.
I like that.
And that's kind of the idea, right? Because nobody knows what it is.
Right.
I'm starting to develop my own theory of kind of what I think it might be, of what we're dealing with. I don't know yet at all, and I'll never know, but it's a sort of like, okay, this is what's getting me through the day. So I'm not freaked out all the time.
Great, we don't know everything.
It's the best. It's so fun. It really is fun. But I mean, you are a joy. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me on. Again, great host,
letting me
great
in your
show.
house. I love
Keep up
it.
the good work.
Thank you. Well, that's it for another episode of Splintered Spirits. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. Until next time, stay curious.